Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing amazing and welcome to this live. We are going to have an amazing time.
Yes, I'm saying
Yeah. Um, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, can you just react to this live so that I can know if you're hearing me or not? Is it okay? It's okay. Okay, we're here today to talk about what it takes to build or how building looks like. Many are times where we have the wrong definition of building. When I talk building, it's not especially in terms of finances because I'm not an expert in it and I'm still building. It's not just a matter of family. It's not just a matter of spirituality. Not just talking about Africa or the world in general, about technology and all that. We are talking about building, but building wholesomely, building all these. When you are a father, what is building for you? When you are a father, of course it is making sure that your family is taken care of, making sure that your work, you advance in your career, making sure that your family is well fed, making sure that your mom, your dad, your siblings are okay. This is, to me, the definition of building. Meaning, when someone is building, when I am building, I say I'm building or I build after making sure that all these factors are in place. All these factors, my family is happy, people around me are happy, people around me are um, have have this joy of seeing me, of seeing whatever I do, of being happy. So let's first go to as a student, what building looks like. As a student, of course, building looks like, you go to the university, you get your degree with maybe a good grade, with first class, second, third one. When even these students are still students, okay, we are still students. This is how building looks like. But beyond that, there is something we are missing. There is something we are definitely missing as students. It is the fact that all around the world, people are not anymore just going to school to study. They go to school for connections. The difference between a school that is cheap and the one that is expensive, where you pay millions, is the quality of people who are there. Why? Because the quality of people who are there will determine who you will become in the future. You cannot tell me that someone who is paying, 10,000 per semester for his school and the other one who is paying 1 million have the same chances in life. That is just not true, because the one paying 1 million for his kids to go to school is actually allowing his kids to go and meet the kids of deputy presidents, of presidents, of ministers. And these are kids who are tomorrow going to also be positioned by their parents. It is the simple truth. So you, as a builder, you, as someone who is willing to build, as a student, know that you are going to university to also make friends, to make quality friends, not friends who are going to take you to parties, not friends who are going to take you to places that will not help you to grow. Especially, when you are, for instance, in a university where the quality of people is not, is not like other universities. When you go to Harvard, it's different. Let's now talk about you go to universities in all around Africa, in Chad, in Nigeria, and you just pay small money to go there. The difference, you you are now there, especially really to build quality relationship. There are few people. So what you do is that you localize these few people. You know who are the few people who can help you in the university. and you start talking to them, you start, converting with them, you start giving value for value. In this life, I don't believe in the fact that, there are things that are cheap. No, or things that are free. There's nothing that is free. Someone said, if someone gives you something for free, meaning you are the product, meaning the person is selling you, or meaning the person is literally buying you. Buying attention is also a product, meaning you are the product here. So when you go to university, building looks like getting, to know people, getting good grades, and not only stopping at that, also making sure that, you get quality friends, so that when you come out of the university tomorrow, when you are looking for a job, or tomorrow when you build your business, you know who are the people to employ. There's this company that I work for, and the CEO of the company, the person that the CEO employed, is actually a classmate. This guy did not finish university. He went to college. He didn't finish. He built a company. Then when his friends, finished now with their with their degree, he started employing them. And every time he will go on LinkedIn and he will talk about that. And even the friends themselves, usually give this testimony that every time that they, one of his classmates graduates, immediately he makes sure that the ones he knew, the ones that were very clever and who are able to pay their school fees, he takes them in the organization. That is now the kind of opportunity we are talking about. That when you go to university, either as an employer or as an employee, make sure that you still create relationships, because you of course want your organization to grow one day. So you don't want just to choose anyone. You want to choose quality people. Okay, this is how, building as a student looks like. Now let's talk about family. Most of the time we forget about family. We forget that family is very important. Building as a father, for instance, is to make sure that you are already building, a quality life for your kids. I do believe that. I do believe in the fact that he who does not, take care of his household is worse than an infidel. Therefore, we should put in more efforts than the ones who don't have any family, or I mean family in terms of you are married and you have kids, okay? I believe that such should put in more efforts. One, to ensure that your family does not lack, to ensure that your wife does not lack, your kids, do not lack. Secondly, to make sure that you are building in a way something that will outlive you, that will outlast you. I don't believe in building for yourself. I don't believe in building for me today, and in 10 years, the thing crumbles. Meaning you did not build, enough. You did not build for your kids. And building for your kids actually means you involve them. There's this mistake we usually make, and it is proven that in Africa, more than 60% of businesses that are built are destroyed during, the transition phase. Meaning, when you are, for instance, building, you are building a company, you just opened your shop, and you are going viral. People are coming, people are buying your products, people are happy of the quality of the services you are providing. All this only lasts for 20 years, 25 years when you are alive. The moment you are not anymore alive, everything just crashes. Why? Because you did not build for your kids. Obviously, because every time they want to come into the company, every time they want to come into the shops, you tell them that I already have something for you guys. So there's no need literally for you guys to come and work for me again. Not knowing that Jew kids, for instance, Jewish, someone said that their kids know exactly how much they make per year. They know the turnover of the companies of their kids, of their parents, when they are 10. When they are 10, they can explain to you who are their suppliers. They can explain to you who are their, who are the people they sell to, their customers. They know exactly their habits because the parents are building for them. When you are not building for your kids, you are alone at your shop. Your wife doesn't know anything about, who are your customers, who are your suppliers. Your kids know nothing about it because every time they want to come in, you just reject them. You tell them to go and study something that, in fact, has nothing to do with whatever you are doing, something that will not even connect with whatever you are doing. This is definitely you not building for building for your family, you are not building for your kids, you are not building for the generations to come. The idea of building is that you build something that has good foundations. And something that has good foundations does not mean it will start showing right now. It will start just giving you the money you want. It will start now, feeding you immediately. Okay? There's a balance to this. It does not mean that you start building for 5 years, you are not gaining anything from it. You can't eat anymore, you can't pay your rent, and you are telling me that you are building for generations. There's a balance to it. However, you should make sure that the building is, the foundation is correct. Because if the foundation is not correct, whatever you are going to building is to build is still going to crumble, because the foundation was not correct. You did not you did not know the right parameters. You didn't go there to fix some things before starting. So every time, for instance, when we talk about when you talk about freelancing, let's take that as an example. Let's say you are freelancing, or you are just doing 1, 2, 3 things to just feed yourself and feed your family. How are you going to feed the family in 20 years to come? The goal will definitely be, or the idea of building in this case will be, to make sure that the money you are earning, you are reinvesting it, or you are saving it for something, or you are opening something. I usually tell people that if you are earning $3,000 or $5,000 per month, you are at a great advantage. In Africa, you are earning $5,000 and you are finishing it on nonsense, meaning there's a problem. The moment you are earning 5,000, in fact, I believe that you should start choosing your friends carefully. You should start knowing who to talk to and who not to talk to, because some people, the moment they see 5,000, they see cars. Is car an investment? I don't believe, unless you are now buying a truck to connect Mombasa with Nairobi, okay, to bring in goods, to just allow cars, to allow people who do business to take things from Mombasa to Nairobi, Mombasa to this, or Kisumu to this, to just connect the big cities. And if you are in Nigeria, maybe Abuja to Lagos. This one is an investment. But buying a personal car when you are earning 3,000 per month, knowing that you are not going to earn this forever, this is a big mistake. This is definitely not building for the generations to come, because when you are building for the generations to come, you first forget about yourself. You forget about the fact that you want to look good, you want to smell good, you want to, you want this comfort. In fact, comfort is a big mistake. Wanting comfort at your early stages of life is such a big mistake, because this comfort does not exist. Why should you need comfort at 25? There's no need. Elon Musk at 35 was thinking about going to the moon. Imagine a 35 years old African, what are you thinking about today? Imagine a 25 years old African, what are you thinking about? You are definitely, I'm sure, at maybe 50%, that most of us at 25, we are thinking about girlfriends, we are thinking about boyfriends, we are thinking about deceiving someone's daughter somewhere, we are thinking about deceiving someone's son somewhere by sending nonsense, sending messages, just trying to earn something out of their ignorance, out of their emotion imbalance. But other kids are not thinking that. Some kids in China right now, they are in primary school, and what they are thinking about will shock you. What they are thinking about is beyond what you could imagine. It is beyond, just opening a shop and making sure that it runs well and make sure that it pays your bills. They are thinking about things that they are thinking about owning the entire world. They are thinking about building systems that will allow governments, will allow states, to run to run smooth, to run so well, to allow systems to connect. Yet at our age, we are 25, we are 30, we are 35. What we are thinking of is petty issues. There's a big there's a big problem. When we are building, we should not think ourselves. When we are building, we should not think about our comfort. When we are building, we should not think about how we are going to deceive people, how we are going to live to eat tomorrow. Building, to me, would take the example of Joseph and Pharaoh. And one of my best, leadership examples in the Bible is Pharaoh. Actually, it's not even Joseph. Why? Because Pharaoh is not like our presidents. It's not like our presidents in Africa. He saw the problem. Someone explained the problem to him, and instead of considering that person as an opposition leader, he brought the person to his government, and he made the person a governor. This, to me, is the best leadership lesson. You don't always do everything by yourself when you are president. You don't do everything by yourself when you want to build something that will outlive you. You consider who is coming into the organization, who should, in fact, come into the organization, who should build with you, who should be the one managing the shop, for instance, who should be the one answering customers, who should be the one visiting the sites, who should be the one to employ people. Such things. You might not always have the grace for it. You might not always have the right skills for it. So building, for instance, now, as I'm saying, as a family man, is to know all these things. If you don't know who to fire, you are in a big trouble, because the day you will decide to fire someone, you will fire the wrong one, and you will leave the right. You will leave you will fire the person who shouldn't be fired, and you will leave now the one who should have gone, who should have departed from the company a while ago, and you will destroy your company. This is now what it means, like, how it looks like to build as a family man, is that you have so much to do in terms of balancing, your family life, who to hire at the company, who to fire, who should manage the employees, who should manage the sensible tasks. Not everyone, for instance, should know about the core foundation of the business. Some businesses are not running by what you see. Some businesses are not earning, exactly by selling only to customers. Some businesses have deep foundations, and these foundations, only a few in the company should know it. This is how companies work. And let me digress just a little bit about what I'm saying. In life, there are 3 stages in life. Actually, there are 3 stages in life. The first stage is that you should know someone who should be known. Meaning, if me, I'm here, I should now know the person who know the minister, for instance, because if I'm in trouble, I know who to call. This is the first stage in life. Meaning, the first stage in life is know the person who should be known. Meaning, know the friend to the governor, know the friend to the minister. The second stage in life is that you don't stop at that. You now become the person who knows the person who should be known. Meaning, you now know the minister directly. And even at that, you are at a greater risk. Why? Because even at that stage, people can still, when let's say you know the minister, and tomorrow the guy is out of office, what should you do now? You lost someone, you lost a relationship, and you lost a leverage, okay? Maybe the person used to protect you. Your business is sensible in a way that you have so many opponents, and he's the one protecting you. He's no more in the office. What do? So you don't stop at a level of just knowing the minister, or just knowing the deputy president, or just knowing the president. At some point, you become the person who should be known. Definitely. That's why when people get money, they don't stop there. They digress into politics. They make sure that they go into politics. It's not just, it's not nothing. You think that Elon Musk joined, at Trump's administration. Why? Because there's the importance of power. Power is very, very important. You might not know that, because most of the time you think power is just, you go, you gather people, you shout you tell them to vote for you. No, 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 no. Power is beyond that. It is beyond that. It is about callings. It is about protecting your business. It's about protecting your empire. When people like Larry are buying all the medias, they are not buying it for nothing. They are buying it because they want to protect themselves. They want to protect an ideology. They want to protect an idea that they believe in as people. Therefore, they don't stop at the level of knowing the person who should be known. They become the people who should be known. Meaning, yesterday, I had to know you because I was not at that level. But tomorrow, I have to be known. I'm the one now who people call. This is the point where you should reach to as either a young man or a senior. In fact, as a young man, you are building your career. You are not yet at that level. But at some point now, you definitely should be the one who should be known. If you are not known in the city, this is a great risk. Your business is growing, yet you are not known in the city. Meaning you are at a greater risk. You are at such a risk that tomorrow, if the governor is changed, you are in big trouble because your opponent is now in power and he's wicked. That's why I love this part of the Bible that tells us that when the righteous is in power, the people rejoice. Because when the righteous is in power, he decides that he should or they should protect businesses. They should protect the population, the less privileged, to also build businesses. But when the wicked enters into power, he gives all the tenders to his friends. He gives it to wicked people, in fact, wicked people who are going to employ their family members, who are going to employ people they know, people who cannot even do the job. Let me tell you something. My parents are into business. My dad has a company, and one of the things that I learned is that people are wicked. People will give tender to someone who does not even have a company, and that person will come and give you the tender, as a sub. You understand that? Meaning he has the contract that is paying 2 million, for instance, and he will give you that contract. He has it, 2 million. He has no equipment. He has no company. Now he will go and employ you. You will do the job and he will give you 500,000. Do you know why that happens? Because the righteous is not in power. So you as a family man, you as someone who is building, building for you looks like knowing the person who knows the person who should be known. After that, the other stage is knowing the person who should be known. And the third stage is that you should be the one who should be known. It's as simple as that. There's no other way to that thing. There's no other way. Don't ever, I don't rely on people. I'm at a stage of knowing, the person who should be known, and I don't want to stop at that. I want in 10, 15 years to come to shift the narrative, to be the one who should be known. That's as simple as that. To just be the one who should be known. Either as a very wealthy person, billions, millions, that no one can ever, disagree, or no one can ever take decisions without calling you. Because being the person who should be known is not only politics. In fact, when we talk about politics and economy, let me explain a bit the concept of what do people believe, why do people believe that economics is more important than politics, and that people who have economic power outpower the people who only have political power. If you have political power and you are poor, people are going to manipulate you. It is as simple as that. Running a campaign is not a joke. Running a campaign costs millions upon millions. Moving from one city to another costs millions upon millions. If you are poor, let me tell you the truth, you are going to be manipulated. People will manipulate you. They won't manipulate you necessarily because they are wicked. It's just the way the games, goes. This is how people manage their businesses, by manipulating others. That's how wicked this world is. Therefore, let me explain now the concept of economy and politics. People who are into economics are looking for people who are into politics to protect them. All over the world, don't ever believe it is corruption. That's how it works. All over the world, in USA, UK, England, all the countries you believe are democratic still have this system. It's normal to protect your businesses. Therefore, the people who have economic power will fund the people who have political power. Fund their campaigns, of course. That's what I mean, okay? I don't mean to corrupt them. Funding a campaign is legal. It is authorized. It is not something that is not allowed. It is allowed to fund people's campaign. Even you can do that. So there's nothing wrong with that. Therefore, they are going to fund people's campaign. The person they believe in that has their ideologies, that will protect their beliefs. For instance, when we talk about abortion, who is against abortion? If me as well, I'm against abortion and I'm into business, I'm going to fund your campaign because I believe we have the same system of beliefs. Meaning, you are going to protect my ideology tomorrow. You are going to protect my daughters tomorrow from thinking that abortion is wrong. This is just an example. So I'm going to fund it. Who really has the power in this case? The person funding your election, of course. The moment you are deviating, he will withdraw his money. He will not anymore fund your campaign. Let's give another example. For instance, I believe and I know that Aliko Dangote is going to fund someone's campaign in 2026. In 2027, I'm sorry. In 2020, we are in 2020, 2026, okay. The 2027 elections, Aliko Dangote is going to fund someone because that person is favorable to his projects for East Africa. And this is obvious because this is how business people think. They don't think in terms of you are a nice person, so they should fund your campaign. No, it's not about being nice. It's about how is it helping them. If you entering power is going to benefit me in terms of having my industries implanted in your country without any tax, on the land and all that, then I will go for you. I will fund your campaign. I will send millions upon millions just to make sure that you can travel, you can go and talk to people who are in remote areas. So, as a family man, one of the things that you should do is that you should become the person who should be known for the sake of your children. Some names are keys and some names are padlocks. Apostle Selman will tell us that, and it is just true. It feels bad when someone says that, like some names are padlocks, and you feel like, so is my name a padlock? It might be a padlock to your kids tomorrow. If you don't have a good name, if you don't have a good reputation, you don't have money, you are miserable, you did not help anyone in your life, people hate you, your name is a padlock. Meaning, if you are called I don't want to give any name that will hurt people. If you are called Y, you see, Y or Z, YZ, your name is YZ, and you are into this category, don't put YZ to your kid's name. Why should you add that name? That's the name that will just destroy them. They will enter into an office, someone will see YZ, and the person will remember how you beat him. What's wrong with you? Why are you putting such a name to the kid when you did not do anything to improve your name? One of the things that you should leave as a legacy is a good name. It is going to protect your kids. When they say, I'm this person's child, I'm this person's son, I'm this person's daughter, people immediately respect, them. People immediately consider them for positions. People immediately trust them. Okay? People immediately think of what you did that was right. But you lived your entire 60, 70 years insulting people, cursing people, making sure that people don't get opportunities. You used to shout at your employees. You used to insult them. You used to say how miserable they are. You used to pay them peanuts, yet your company was growing. And tomorrow now you want to put that your name on your son who is doing well. That's an insult. That's now some level of wickedness again. as a parent, either as a mother, as a single mother, as a single father, or as people who are into a complete relationship, one of the things that you should, you know, give to your kids is a good name. Leave a good name to your kids. Just tell yourself every morning, my name should become a key, not a padlock. The moment my name is a padlock, I won't give it to my kids. If not, what for? Why are you giving a name that will be an insult to your kids? When they will enter into the school and they are called YZ, immediately people think about you. People think about all your videos online, all your videos abusing people, all your videos saying that people who are sick are just pretending, saying that people are poor, so I should take advantage of them. When you are saying all this online, you really believe that this is a good name, this is a name now to leave to your kids. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not a good name. That's not a good name. Don't give that name to your kids. Me, if you are my parent and you did not do well in terms of you are a wicked person, I don't mean poor, okay? I don't mean poor. There are poor people who have amazing names. Their names are actually keys, because even in their stage of poverty, they manage to respect people. They manage to help people. They manage to send kids to school, even as poor people. They manage to make sure that even the car that they had, they send some kids to school. These people have a good name. You can be rich and leave a very bad legacy to your kids. People hear your name on your kids and they just see an oppressor, they just see a dictator, such a bad person who used to have a little and who used to insult the entire community. We used to have this neighbor who was funny, okay? Funny in his concept, in the way he used to talk. He used to say things like, you poor people, when you fall sick, you now want people to go and visit you. By the way, you don't even have tea to give them. And sometimes I ask myself, when you go and visit someone who is sick, why should the sick person give you tea? The person is already not feeling well. Why should the person now prepare tea for you? Why should the person, slaughter something for you? You went to see a sick person. Why should? So now, he now considered the fact that every time people go and visit him, he offers them food as a privilege, as a great privilege now. Well, he never used to go even to burials, and he will just write a letter. He will write a letter. Oh, I'm so sorry for what happened to your son. My sincere condolences. The Lord is this and that. And he will put some money in. One day he lost his son. The day he lost his son, no one came. Everyone wrote the same thing. Everyone wrote the same thing. People, hello, Ryan K. You are much welcome. And hello, Nicola. You are much welcome, guys. If you have questions, by the way, you can ask. So I was telling the story of that guy who never used to go to burials. So the day he now lost his son, people did the same thing. People start writing letters. Oh, we are so sorry for what happened to your son. And they will put 1,000. And they all did the same. And no one was there to bury his son. Only the priest. Because, it is their responsibility to come and help, okay, in the society. Priests are one of the kind people. They are kind, actually. So that's what they did. Everyone wrote a letter. We are so sorry for your kid. We are so sorry for what happened to your kid. And we wish you all the best. We wish you all the best. We wish you all the best. He cried on that day. And this is the day he also changed. From that, he started attending burials. He started calling people. He started now going to visit people who are sick, because he understood that your money will not bury you. It won't bury your son. We are in Africa, and one of the great privileges that you have as a parent who lost his kid or his son, his daughter, is that people show up, people say sorry, people take your son to his grave, to his, the last place where he's going to rest. It is a privilege. I believe that as an African, I I do believe that. I do believe that we should make sure that we mourn with people who are mourning and we laugh with people who are laughing. We are talking about name. This is what a good name is like. Ryan, hello Ryan, can you hear me? Say hi if you can hear me. Thank you. So that's what me as a person I believe. I believe that a good name is very important. When you are building, one of the things that you leave to your kids is a good name, not a shop. Because your shop can be selling, when you are the only one selling things in your city, people cannot, do without you. People can actually not buy things if you are not there. But your name, you have a bad name. The day someone opens a shop selling the same things that you used to sell, they will all migrate from your place to the other place because you have a bad name, you have a bad character, you don't talk to people well. So a good name is also about that. A good name is also about treating people well. It's also about creating relationship. It's about having money. It's about building the mindset of your kids. When every time that I see someone talking to his son, like I see a mother saying things like, "Why are you looking at me as if I'm a witch? I'm a witch." You know such examples, such bad examples. You don't say that to your kid. Why are you saying that? You can say things like, "Why are you looking at me as if I'm a billionaire?" This is not a good example. This is a good example to just let your kids know that you should be wowed when you become a billionaire. People will have some respect for you. They will have some love for you because you will help them. Not like, "Why are you looking at me as if I'm a witch?" You see, your kid will now have the name witch instead of the name billionaire. At least billionaire is much better than witch. Even in your choice of words communicate what you want to leave to your kids. Do you want to leave some wicked, wicked name to your kids? Well, we talked enough about names. Now let's come to now leadership. Let's come to Africa. As a good parent, you should also make sure that you are in the good side of story. You are in the right side of story. Don't now join wicked people to run the country and you believe that your kids will benefit from it. If you join wicked people to run the country, then you are definitely leaving a bad name to your kids. Therefore, you should consider giving your voice to the right people. You should consider giving your money to the right people, funding the right campaigns, funding the right elections, the right people to vie for the right seats. So, as a parent, there are so many things to do. As an African, there are so many things to do, because it does not stop at now. It does not stop at you only having 1, 2, 3 things, having food at home, having shelter, having home, having a house, and you think that's all. That is not all. That is not all. It does not stop there. It doesn't stop there. If it stopped there, then it will just last 5 years. It will last 10 years. The time you just live your best moments, and one day you die and nothing else will remain. Have you seen homes where the moment the father dies, they sell everything? They sell absolutely everything that he had. House, shops, everything goes, because these kids were just waiting for you to die. Actually, they were just waiting for you to die. Nothing else. Hi, Nicholas. Hi, Evelyn. You are much welcome, and say hello if you can hear me. So I don't believe, as I'm saying, at just building small things. You should build things that when they come together, they make sense. Meaning, you have, for instance, an organization, you have a company, you know the right people, you know the good governors, the good ministers, you are friends with them, you have money, you around you are the good employees, you treat them well, sometimes you just take them out. There's nothing wrong with an employer taking employees out. I don't know who taught people that you should now behave like the absolute, emperor, the absolute dictator. When you enter into the company, everyone runs. It is not fashionable. It is not fashionable. When you enter, people should feel comfortable. They should feel secure because you are the one running the organization. You are the face of the organization. If the face of the organization is fearfully made, not wonderfully made, meaning there's a problem. People just fear you. Wherever you go, people fear you. Even your wife fears you. There's a problem. Your own mother fears you. There's absolutely a problem. Meaning you are not doing things the right way. Meaning you are not doing things the right way. It means there is a big problem with your personality. And no one wants to associate themselves with someone who is just feared and yet not respected. People can fear you, yet not respect you. Respect goes beyond when they see you, they run. Respect is when you are not in the room, they still call your name with respect. They still talk about you well. They still love you when you are not around. Fear is when you are around, people fear you, so they talk good things about you. Have you had people clapping for you, and one day you just had someone saying that this person talked ill about you? It's because honestly they fear you, but they don't respect you. As a parent, or as now a team lead, as the CEO, as the founder, you should not be feared by your employees. If you are feared by them, they will one day find an alternative. They will one day find an alternative to what you offer. They will maybe get a better job. They will maybe get a better organization, or else they will save money and they will leave you. Everyone is expected to leave one day, to outgrow the organization one day, but the way they will leave you is such a way that they will leave you because you are wicked, not because they now found something only better, but because you are wicked and they found an alternative to you. Some employees will never leave because of the way you treat them. You treat them so well, you pay them so well, you consider them as people. Therefore, they will never consider just living like that, living just because they don't love you. So, thank you so much for joining today's live. We'll be having more often such conversations. Today we just talk generally to introduce our sessions, and we are at BEATAMWELL, by the way. We offer premium services in terms of gaming. We have a premium gaming lounge where you can come with friends, book for hours or even for a day, an entire day. Just come, play amazing games, and also you can even bring your employees, or bring the entire team, bring the entire company here, so that you have conversations, real conversations, serious conversations, talk serious business with people in a setup that is conducive, in a setup that inspires, in a setup that gives you room to talk. We have microphones, we have amazing cameras, we have lighting, we have screens, we have consoles just for you, just to make sure that you are comfortable when you come here. Thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you again, and have a lovely day. Thank you.